Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode. So in last episode we had the season simulation, like the last half of it, and we finished the season with a great record going 53, 19, 6, and 4, which I think is basically 53, 19, and 6. I don't know if the 4 even matters at this stage. But anyways, we won the President's Trophy with 112 points, and now we're up here against the Sweden Super Swedes, who managed to make the playoffs here in year number 2. Kind of surprising because they don't have the deepest roster. I'll show you their lines again. I showed you them in the end of last episode, but just in case you guys forget. So here you go. So Kelly Butchberger, I don't know why they have a 79 on their first line. He's a fourth line forward, but he's playing top line minutes with Espen Knutson and Mikhail Samuelsson, who's the one to watch on this team. They also have Svartvedet, Vikingstad, Corbet, who they must have picked up from Calgary, Jimmy Ovalstad, Samuel Paulson, Christian Berglund. Like, they got a lot of young kind of guys, but none of them are that good. And then defensively, they picked up Jason Strudwick. And I also have Zach Whitecloud and Zach Leslie on their top 6, and those guys are really weak. So I think we should be able to beat this team. It depends how Hedberg plays, because Hedberg had a pretty good regular season. As you can see, 7 shutouts during the season and a 935 save percentage. So we got to find a way to solve him, and I think that's the only thing we need to do, because if he doesn't play good, the team won't play good. So we have an upper hand though in every single situation. So let's see if we could get a game 1 win here on our home ice at the McNichols Sports Arena before we head off to Sweden for 2 games after these 2 games. First period, and it's 1-1. So they actually opened the scoring, and it's Svartvedet. But then late in the period, Theo Fleury ties the game at 1. Shots are 12-9 in favor of us. Second period, and it's 2-1 for us. Peter Forsberg. Not a surprise that the top line's producing. Forsberg had 89 points during the regular season to lead the league. Shots are 26-20 in favor of us. Let's see what happens here in the third period. Power play for us, and we don't score on it. Come on, guys, we need an insurance marker. We're running away in shots, which is good. But once again, Hedberg is keeping them in this game. Power play for Sweden. It's a long-ass power play, but we kill it off. And then they tie it late. Come on, really? Andreas Karlsson with a minute and 46 seconds left ties the game at 2. Shots are 40-31 in favor of us, but it's a 2-2 game. Come on, guys, let's win this. We can't lose to the Sweden Super Swedes here in game 1, and we're going to win it in OT, and it's the other top liner, Joe Sakic. So everybody on our top line has a goal in game number 1. Hopefully we could get some more depth scoring next game. So Fleury from Sakic and Forsberg from Fleury and Sullivan, and then Sakic from Foot and Fleury. So Fleury had a 3-point night. Good stuff. Last year at this time, he was actually injured for the first little bit of the playoffs. So Fleury gets first star with 3 points, Sakic to second star with 2 points, and Patrick Waugh to third star with 30 saves. So all in all, a pretty good first game. I don't like that we let in 2 goals against the Swedes, because they shouldn't be that good of an offensive team. Hopefully we could clean that up a bit going into the next game, and hopefully we could find our offense a bit more, because, well, 3 goals is good, but like, I would expect us to outplay them by a lot, considering we were a President's Trophy winning team, and Sweden, I think, was one of the teams that just barely squeaked in. So here you go, game number 2, still in Colorado. First period, and it's 2-0 us. There you go. And it's the trade acquisitions, or actually not trade acquisitions, free agent signings from last offseason. Ville Peltonen and Steve Sullivan scoring for us. Shots are 14-5 in favor of your Avalanche. Second period, still 2-0. So good period there for both teams, I guess. Shots are 20-15, but we still have a 2-goal advantage. Let's see if we can lock it down here in the third. They had an early power play, but they couldn't score, and same with us, but we couldn't score. 10 minutes left here in the third, and Milan Hajduk's going to make it 3-0. Good job, Hajduk. Last 5 minutes of this third period, we are going to be taking a 2-0 series lead, headed back to Sweden as Mike Watt makes it 4-0. And Patrick Waugh picks up a 27 save shutout in game number 2. So Peltonen from Foot and Drury, Sullivan from Hayduk, Hayduk from Deadmarsh, and Watt from Donovan and Yell. So Hayduk had 2 points in that game. Good job, Hayduk. Hopefully he grows in the offseason. Patrick Waugh gets first star, 27 saves. Hayduk the second star, and Peltonen the third star. Okay, so now we are heading overseas, which is weird, over to the Ericsson Globe, where I made the Sweden team play, because I think the Ericsson Globe is in Stockholm, if I'm not mistaken. And Aaron Miller is back, actually. I forgot he got injured near the end of the last episode. So, Brian Muir, thank you for playing, but you're going to be scratched now. Okay. So, we managed to get 2 wins without Aaron Miller, which is pretty decent, because Aaron Miller was, I think he was our second best offensive defenseman this year. You know, he's not an offensive defenseman in real life, or he wasn't. So here we go. In the Ericsson Globe, I think this is in Stockholm. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys are Swedish or anything, if you know where the Ericsson Globe is, let me know. First period, and it is 2-1 for us. Espen Knutsen opens the scoring, the Norwegian guy that's playing in Sweden. But then the Super Swede Peter Forsberg going back home to his home country and scoring a goal. That's nice. And Chris Drury gives us the lead. Shots are 9-8 in favor of us, and we lead 2-1 after one. Let's see what happens here in the second. And it is 3-3. Wow. Damn, Sweden might play good on home ice. Because maybe they use the time difference to kind of like screw with people and whatnot. So Andreas Karlsson tied the game at 2, and then the Theo Fleury gives us the lead. But Kelly Buchberger, or Buckberger, I don't know how it's pronounced, gives them a tie game going into the third. Somehow they have 3 goals on 16 shots past Patrick Waugh, so Waugh's not playing the greatest. Let's have a good third here, boys. I don't really want to lose any games to Sweden, and Sal Monson makes it 4-3 for Sweden, but Fleury ties it right back up. Damn, this is a pretty offensive game. Are we going to be going to overtime in game number 3, or is somebody going to find a winner here late? 2 minutes left. There's a goal from Stefan Yell. Yes, Yell. And we are going to win game 3 and take a 3-0 series lead on the on the Swedes. Goddamn. That was a good game, though. Forsberg from Fleury, Drury from Peltonen and Foot, Fleury from Forsberg, Fleury from Sakic and Miller, and Yell from Donovan and Watts. So Fleury with another 3-point night. Yeah, Theo Fleury was definitely a good idea to bring back. He gets first star, Espen Knutsen the second star, and Andreas Karlsson the third star. So Goldie's playing really bad in that game, but the offense showed up, which is nice. Fleury's got 6 points in 3 games. Let's see if we could sweep the Sweden Super Swedes. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Sweep the Sweden Super Swedes. Try to say that 10 times fast, I dare you. Let's get into game number 4 and see if we could sweep them and head on to the second round with ease. That would be nice. Come on, boys. First period, and it is 1-1. Mike Watt opens the scoring. Oh, geez, I didn't mean to start the second right away. Opens the scoring early, and then Per Svartvedet is going to tie the game up. I don't know what the shots were because there could have been shots already in the second period. I don't know why it started so quick. Second period, and it is 2-1 for us. Claude Lemieux. Nice. Claude Lemieux is probably going to be leaving at the end of the season because he is getting older and he's probably close to retirement. Shots are 30-16 in favor of us, but it's only a 2-1 game, so Hedberg is keeping the Swedes in this. Come on, boys, let's just pull away from them and sweep these guys. And then we could call them the Sweden Super Sweeps. Yeah, there we go. We had a power play opportunity, but we could not score. And there's a goal from Sean Donovan to give us a 2-goal advantage. But Corbet pulls them right back in it. Power play again for them. Come on, kill it off. Kill it off. It's a long one, and we managed to kill it off. And we are going to sweep them despite a late goal from Rene Corbet. And I don't know why Robbie Tallis was in there for that goal. Patrick Waugh was in for that. Patrick Waugh better not have gotten injured. Because I don't know if Tallis would be ready to to be like a starter for the playoffs. So the first star goes to Sean Donovan with a goal and assist. Watt the second star with a goal and assist. And Yell the third star with 2 assists. So it was mostly that I think that's the fourth line that was mostly producing. The other goal was Lemieux from Peltonen, so good stuff, guys. Please, Patrick Waugh didn't get injured. Yeah, he did not get injured, so I guess he just got pulled earlier. He had like a day-to-day injury. It's weird. Let's see who we are going to be going up against in the second round of the playoffs, and then we'll check the player stats. Actually, we won't check the lines yet for the team who we're playing against next. Hopefully it's not a tough team. At least Detroit's not in the playoffs this year, so that was also a pretty big shocker for this year. And we are going to be going up against the Edmonton Oilers. Interesting. I don't know if Edmonton made any huge offseason moves, but let's take a look at the player stats first before we look at their roster. Okay, so Theo Fleury 6 points in 4 games, Forsberg 4 points in 4 games, and then, wow, the fourth line, all 4 points in 4 games. So we're getting some good depth scoring now. Sakic 3 points, same with Peltonen and Foot. Yeah, our entire offense is doing good. I think everybody on our team, except for Muir, Clem, DeVries, and Ozolinch, and Lefebvre have points. So basically our defensive core is not scoring a lot. Goaltending wise, Patrick Waugh is 4-0 with 1 shutout, a .925 save percentage, and a 1.96 goals against average. And Robbie Tallis got technically 1 win apparently, with a .900 save percentage and a 2.12 goals against average. Good stuff, guys. Let's take a look at those Edmonton Oilers. Hopefully they're not too deep of a team. I don't remember if they made any trades or any huge splashes during the season, so it should be interesting the first time we get to play them. Okay, so Ryan Smith, Doug Weight, Bill Guerin. Yeah, that's a really nice top line. It's not as good as ours, obviously, but it's still pretty good because, yeah, Ryan Smith is still young. Guerin and Weight are pretty good veterans. Then you got Joseph Baranek, Rem Murray, and Pat Falloon, so a solid second line. Third line, Kelly Miller, and then Chad Kilger and Kevin Dineen, so solid third line. Yet they actually got a pretty good offensive core because they also got Joe Sacco, Sergei Zholtok, and Alex Selvanov, so I really like their forward core. It's deep down the middle, deep on the wings, so that could surprise us. Defensively, they got Hammerlick in Nienema, Chambers and Foot, or not Foot, why did I say Foot? Chambers and Pody. Oh my god. Bodger and Laflamme. So, yeah, their defensive core also has some good depth. Like, Chambers might be a bit weak for the top 4 pairing, but other than that, it's decent. Goaltending-wise, Tommy Salo, 86 overall, and Mark Fitzpatrick, the backup, 80 overall, so another solid 1-2 punch. And then our former player, Alexei Gusarov, is depth, and same with Boyd Devereaux. So, overall wise, I really like their Edmonton roster. Like, I mean, like, they actually probably have a chance to beat us. Like, they have the depth in every single category like us. So, it just depends on, I guess, who outclasses the other. I don't know how good they were during the regular season, but who knows. Okay, so anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode. So next episode, we will take it to the second round of the playoffs where we face off against the Edmonton Oilers. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.